On the 1st of November 2025, Australia's aged care system changed in ways that have not been seen in nearly 30 years. The old Aged Care Act 1997, which had governed how care was delivered in this country for almost 3 decades, was replaced by the new Aged Care Act 2024. It brought with it a new home care program, new legal rights for older Australians, new fee structures, and higher standards for care providers. But here is the problem. The information about what actually changed has been scattered across government websites, news articles, and policy documents that are genuinely hard to read. So today I am going to explain it simply. What changed, who it affects, and what you need to do, if anything, right now. As always, this is general information only and not personal financial or legal advice. The Aged Care Act is a complex area of law, and everyone's situation is different. For advice specific to your circumstances, please contact My Aged Care on 1800 200 422 or speak with a licensed aged care advisor. Here is what we are covering today. Why the old system was replaced. The new Statement of Rights. The Supported Home Programme, which replaced home care packages. What changed for people already in residential aged care? And how to make a complaint under the new system. To understand what changed and why it matters, it helps to understand where the new Act came from. In 2021, the Royal Commission into Aged Care Quality and Safety handed down its final report after 2 years of investigation. The findings were sobering. The Commission found that the existing system was failing older Australians, with evidence of neglect, poor quality care, inadequate staffing, and a system that treated older people as recipients of care rather than individuals with rights and choices. The Royal Commission made 148 recommendations. The single most important was the development of a new rights-based aged care law. The Aged Care Act 2024 is the government's response to that recommendation. It passed Parliament in November 2024 and came into effect on the 1st of November 2025. The most fundamental shift in the new Act is this. The old system was designed around what care providers needed to do. The new system is designed around what older Australians are entitled to receive. This might sound like a subtle difference, but in practice it means that for the first time, older Australians receiving government-funded aged care have legally enforceable rights. Not guidelines. Not best practice principles. Actual legal rights that care providers must uphold. One of the most significant new features of the Act is the Statement of Rights. This is a formal, legally recognised document that sets out the rights of every older Australian receiving government-funded aged care. These rights include the right to make your own decisions about your care and your life, and to have those decisions respected. The right to privacy and confidentiality. The right to safe, quality care that is tailored to your individual needs. The right to be treated with dignity and respect. The right to raise concerns or complaints without fear of being punished or treated unfairly. And the right to choose who helps you make decisions about your care through a new registered supporter role. Registered aged care providers are now legally required to uphold these rights. The Aged Care Quality and Safety Commission oversees compliance and handles complaints from older Australians and their families. If you are currently receiving any government-funded aged care service, whether at home or in a residential facility, these rights apply to you right now. You do not need to do anything to activate them. They became law on the 1st of November 2025. If you feel your rights are not being upheld, you have the right to make a complaint to the Aged Care Complaints Commissioner on 1800 951 822. This is free, and you can make a complaint on behalf of a family member or someone you care for. For most Australians who are not yet in residential aged care, the biggest practical change under the new Act is the Support at Home program. From the 1st of November 2025, the Home Care Packages program was replaced by Support at Home. This affects anyone who was receiving a home care package and anyone applying for in-home support from that date onwards. Support at Home is a government-funded program that helps older Australians receive care and support in their own homes. It covers a broad range of services including clinical care such as nursing and occupational therapy, personal care such as help with bathing and dressing, domestic assistance, meal preparation, transport, social support, assistive technology, and home modifications. There is also a new end-of-life pathway, which provides palliative care support for people who want to receive end-of-life care at home rather than in hospital or a residential facility. This is genuinely new and reflects the strong preference among older Australians to remain at home for as long as possible. If you were receiving a home care package on the 1st of November 2025, your situation depends on when you were assessed. If you were receiving a home care package, or were assessed and approved as eligible on or before the 12th of September 2024, you are protected by what is called the no worse off principle. This means you will pay the same amount, or less under the Support at Home program, compared to what you were paying before. Your transition happened automatically. If you were approved for a home care package after the 12th of September 2024, the new Support at Home fee structure applies to you. Your care provider should have contacted you to explain how your fees are calculated under the new system. The old home care packages had 4 levels, Level 1 through Level 4. Support at Home has 8 funding levels. The funding ranges from around $11,000 per year at the lower end, through to approximately $78,000 per year at the highest level. The level you receive is based on an assessment of your care needs by an independent assessor under the new single assessment system. If you are already receiving care, your existing level was automatically matched to the equivalent Support at Home level. You did not need to be reassessed. The Commonwealth Home Support Programme, which provides entry-level home support for a large number of Australians, is transitioning to the new system. However, this transition will not happen before the 1st of July 2027. If you are currently receiving Commonwealth Home Support, your services continue as normal until then. For people in residential aged care, that is nursing homes and care facilities, the changes are more nuanced and depend significantly on when you entered care. If you were already living permanently in a residential aged care facility before the 1st of November 2025, your fees do not change unless you choose to opt into the new arrangements, or you move to a different facility. If you moved into residential care after the 1st of November 2025, the new fee structure applies to you. This includes new means-tested contributions for what are called hotelling and non-clinical care, replacing the old means-tested care fee system. One significant change for people entering residential care after the 1st of November 2025 is the refundable accommodation deposit retention rule. Under the old system, if you paid a refundable accommodation deposit to enter a facility, that full amount was returned to your estate when you left or passed away. Under the new rules, facilities can now retain up to 2% per year of your refundable accommodation deposit, for up to 5 years. This means up to 10% of your deposit may not be returned. For example, on a $550,000 deposit, 2% per year is $11,000 per year. Over 5 years, that is $55,000 that may be retained. This is an important change to factor in when planning for residential aged care costs. If you or a family member is considering entering residential care, speak with a financial advisor who specializes in aged care before signing any accommodation agreement. 2 staffing improvements took effect alongside the new Act. All residential aged care facilities must now have a registered nurse on site 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And all residents must receive a minimum number of care minutes per day to ensure more consistent, hands-on support. These changes came directly from Royal Commission recommendations and represent a significant improvement in baseline care standards across the sector. Let me bring it all together. 1. The new Aged Care Act 2024 came into effect on the 1st of November 2025. It replaces a system that was nearly 30 years old and puts the legal rights of older Australians at the centre of the aged care system. 2. The Statement of Rights is now legally enforceable. If your rights are not being upheld, you can complain to the Aged Care Complaints Commissioner on 1800 951 822. 3. Home care packages were replaced by Support at Home on the 1st of November 2025. The new program has 8 funding levels from around $11,000 to $78,000 per year. If you held a home care package on or before the 12th of September 2024, you are protected by the No Worse Off principle. 4. If you are already in residential aged care, your fees do not change unless you move or opt in. If you entered after the 1st of November 2025, the new fee structure applies, including the 2% per year RAD retention rule. 5. All residential facilities must now have a registered nurse on site 24 hours a day and meet minimum care minutes standards. The aged care system is genuinely complex, and these changes are significant. The most important thing you can do right now is understand what category you fall into, and if you are at all unsure about your fees or your rights, contact My Aged Care on 1800 200 422. My Aged Care at myagedcare.gov.au or 1800 200 422 is the best starting point for anyone navigating the aged care system. They can help with assessments, referrals to services, and explanations of how the new rules apply to your situation. For the financial side of aged care, including refundable accommodation deposits and means-tested contributions, an aged care financial advisor is worth consulting before making any major decisions. Thank you for watching. If this video helped you make sense of the new aged care rules, please subscribe. I post new videos every Wednesday and Saturday covering aged care, Centrelink, and superannuation in plain English for Australians in retirement. This Saturday, I will be going deeper on support at home versus the old home care packages. If you or someone you care for is trying to understand exactly what changed and what you are now entitled to, that video will be worth watching. Subscribe and hit the bell so you do not miss it. If you have a question about the new aged care system, leave it below. I read every comment. See you Saturday. Take care.